Hi guys, I'm back again, but it's not a makeup video, it's a story time. So in this video, my natural hair is out. I'm not wearing weave for a bit, but in this story time I'm going to be talking about how the time my teacher stalked me, and you're going to see me be wearing this shirt in the next video because I'm recording another story time right after this one. So this happened when I was in the second grade, second grade. And this night in particular, we were at my auntie's house because at my house at the time, we didn't live that far away. So we were out at my auntie's house, and then we were on our way back home, but we stopped at a gas station so my mom could get gas so she can have gas in the morning. So I seen my teacher. I was like, oh, hi, miss. I don't remember her name. It was a long time ago. I was like, hi, we'll say her name is Miss Peach. Hi, Miss Peach. And she's like, oh, hi, whatever. And it was all innocent, you know. You see your teacher out in public, like, oh, what's up? So, and then the next morning, when I get to school, she's like, Carrie, can you come to my desk? I was like, okay. So when I get to her desk, she's like, she's like, you remember when you seen me last night? I was like, yeah. She's like, what'd she say? She's like, she was just like asking me stuff like about my house. She's like, do you live in a gated community? I was like, yeah. And at first that was the only question she had asked me. I was like, yeah. So I didn't really think anything of it because it was innocent. At the time, I thought it was like she lived around that area, so I didn't really think about it. And then the next day, she called me to her desk again, and I was like, what's up, bro? And then she was like, does your mom drive a black car and type of stuff? I was like, yeah. She's like, do you live by a park and stuff like that? I was like, yeah. She's like, okay, that's all I want to know. And like throughout the week, she would ask me like all these types of questions. She would ask me like, do I have a park in my, like where I lived? Is it a gated community? Which side of, like, because it was like a condo apartment. I don't know how to explain it, but it was like I lived on this side and there were houses like on each side. So it's like, do you live on the right side or the left side? I was like, I live on the right side. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she's like, do you have a pool and a park and everything? I was like, yeah. And like at this time I was like a bit weirded out because I was like, why did she ask me all these questions? Like the first two times it was like okay, I didn't really mind it because I didn't think much of it. And then by the third time I was creeped out. I was like, I gotta tell my mom. And so when I told my mom, of course she was upset because like, why is my teacher stalking me? And so my mom went up there and she said something. I don't know what she said. She never told me what she said. I just know she went up there. And then the teacher stopped asking me questions for like a week. And then the next week, not the week after she stopped asking me, she called me into her desk again. And I thought I was in trouble, but it wasn't. That she was like, do you walk to the park? Like to the park next to your house all the time by yourself or stuff like that? I was like, bro, why are you asking me these questions? And I didn't understand why she was like still on the fact of where I was living and stuff like that. And so I told my mom again, and like it obviously was a problem because she's still stalking me and it's been like 2-3 weeks, and Lord knows how many times she was stalking me throughout that week that she wasn't saying anything to me. And so it was like the middle of second grade. My mom just had enough, and I just got switched out of that class. And so from then on, I was in a different class, and I don't know if she stalked me after that because I was in different classes. She couldn't ask me any more questions. But that was also the year that I broke my arm because I'm clumsy. And what else happened then? since this video, like, since that was like a short story time, I'll just tell you about the time that I broke my arm. Okay, so this also happened while I was in the 2nd grade. This was after I got switched out at the women's class, Miss Peach's class, for stalking me, and I was in this other lady's class. I think her name was Miss Henderson, I think. And then it was like 8 o'clock at night. I was at the park that was in my house, my complex, and like I was there, but my cousin was there, so my mom didn't really care that I was there that late. So my mom calls my cousin and she was like, hey, can you tell her to come home? We're going to my aunt's house. I was like, okay. So he told me, he's like, you want to have a race? And at the time, when I was a kid, I was a daredevil. You can tell me anything. I would do anything. Like, whether it was for money or not, I would do anything. And so he's like, you want to race? I was like, yeah, cool, let's race. And then we were racing, and then my apartment, they had these speed bumps. There was 3 speed bumps, I remember. There was one by the entrance, in the middle, and then one by the play area and stuff. And so I seen the first speed bump by the park, so I went over that slowly. I was riding a bike, he was in the car. Probably should have said that. And so I went over the first one slowly, and then by the second time, I was in the zone. I was just going because I really wanted to win. And when I got to the second one, I just flew off my bike because I didn't see the speed bump, and my arm hit the speed bump really hard. And so at the time, I didn't think I broke my arm. I thought it was just like, I just like hurt it and I'll be fine. And when I got home, Mom was like, you shouldn't be out that late, blah blah blah. So we went to my aunt's house, and on the short right there, I feel my arm is like going numb. I was like, man, I don't know if this is normal or not, because I was like, I think it's okay. I think it's alright. I don't want to say that I broke my arm. I don't want to jinx myself. So I just kept quiet, and then I was playing with my cousin, and I told him, I was like, I think I broke my arm. He's like, what happened? And I was telling him what happened. He's like, you should tell your mom. I was like, no, I don't want to get in trouble. And so, at the time, it was like 9:30ish, and I was like, Mom was like, go to bed. I'll wake you up when it's time to go home. I was like, okay. And I was laying in bed, and I couldn't feel my arm. I was like, man, I really gotta tell her, but I'm scared. Like, through my head, I was like, I thought my arm was gonna fall off. I was like, I gotta tell her. So I get up out of bed. I was like, Mom, I think I broke my arm. And she's like, well, you're just saying that. She thought I was making up stuff because I didn't want to go to bed. But I was being so serious. And so she's like, poking Mom. She's like, do you feel it? Do you feel it? Do you feel it? I was like, no, I don't feel it. And so she takes me to the hospital. And I broke my arm, obviously. And she was telling me, she's like, why didn't you say something earlier? This and this. And I was like, I thought I didn't want to get in trouble. She's like, you should have said something. And all this type of stuff. I was like, okay, I'm sorry. It was too late now. It's like 12 o'clock at night. And so, like, I almost failed 2nd grade that year because I broke my right arm, and I only write with my right arm. And my teacher, she was so mean. Like, she like, I was like, I can't break my arm. I was like, I can't write because I broke my arm. She's like, whose fault is that? She literally said that to me. She's like, whose fault is that? She's like, that's not my problem. I was like, you can't go easy on me? Like I broke my arm, bro. And she's like, if you don't get it together, then I'm gonna have to like fail you and stuff like that. I was like, okay, bro, I'll get it together. And so like for those months, I had to like write with my left hand. It was so bad. Like she couldn't read any of it. She was getting upset with me. I was like, it's not my fault. I can't write with my right arm. And luckily I passed because by towards the end of the year, I got my arm fixed, so it was all good. So these are like short. This is like a short video. I tried to put 2 like story times in one because both of them were quite short, but it's only 9 minutes, so I guess it could be good. Korean word of the day is 배고파요. 배고파요 means I'm hungry. Yeah. Okay. Next video will be a natural hair story. well, yeah, kind of natural hair story, and that will be coming out next Thursday, hopefully. I procrastinate a lot, so if that video doesn't come out next week, then it'll be the next Thursday after that, or Friday. I'm gonna try to like get my schedule back together. Since yeah, but yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video so I can get that 1K. And thank you for all the people who have been subscribing and watching my videos so far. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Kamsahamnida. Bye.